All right, so today we're gonna do a story time. I'm Richie. This is Ian from the See It Through My Eyes channel.
What's up?
Make sure to subscribe and follow us. See It Through My Eyes podcast on YouTube. See It Through My Eyes also on TikTok. So today we made a couple videos talking about our experiences as legally blind people, shopping.
Go check that out, by the way.
Yeah, make sure to check that out. So today we have a story time of me and Ian's experience. I think one of the few times that we've actually gone shopping, grocery shopping specifically. Mm-hmm. We're not gonna go throw names or specific locations. It was a Tony's market. I needed to go shopping. Ian was with me at that time, and I drugged his ass with me. And it wasn't a horrible experience. This was back in 2020, so it's not like we could go and complain or anything. It was a combination of the weather, because this was in 2021. I'm sorry, 2021 in February when we had that blizzard. So that was the first experience. You can share those details. And then dealing with both the workers and just some of the people at the store at that time. So this is our experience. So for that day, like I mentioned, we had been buried. I think it was that weekend of when the blizzard had hit us. And if anybody remembers that blizzard in 2021, it was like multiple too.
Yeah, see, here's what happened. So prior, Stan, the editor, who is graciously just holding the camera right now, shout out. We was all hanging out that weekend, and Jesus, the storm was just rolling in. Now, Jesus managed to escape it because, he had to go back home. But, I decided to stay behind because I ain't got nowhere to go. I ain't got nowhere to be. So I decided to take one more day in. And then that's when it all just rolled in. Like, it just came down. We was barricaded up in that house for a while. I think the reason that we actually went shopping was because we ran out of food.
And then too, I think it was the second day or the second week that the snow was hitting us. So it was like prior snow already, then this hit us, and it was a couple of inches of snow. So we were like legit locked in. So when we went, mind you, I'm a cane user at that time. Ian, he walks around without anything, but somebody slipped on our way there.
Shut up. I didn't know because I didn't see the ice. Like
I told him we should borrow my cane, but
everything was fine up until my foot made contact with that. Like it was a real thin layer, and then I literally was like, "Oh, Michelle Kwan on that thing." Like I had to do my best to keep my balance, but yeah, we had to do a slip and slide to get to the store.
Then we finally get to the store, and it wasn't that far. I used to live from a Tony's market like 3 blocks down. So it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like we had to cross big streets. It was two small streets, 1 big street. So we finally make it there after I don't know how many times slipping and almost falling. Both.
The wheels locked up on the cart, by the way.
That too. And then a lot of the businesses either had completely ignored the snow, or some of them, like they probably did, dig up some of the snow and removed it. But
that path was thin.
Yeah. So that was the first of a few things that happened that day. Then we finally make it to Tony's. We're trying to find the stuff because we didn't even ask for assistance, because since Ian has a little bit more vision, I knew a little bit where like the aisles were. We were trying to, work together. We trying to find a lot of the stuff. Then we found a couple, but then a handful of them we couldn't. And one of them, I think,
was it the wings?
I don't remember. It doesn't matter. We were looking for something, and we were trying to ask for help. And anybody who's legally blind or disabled knows that experience. When you ask in public for help, you don't always. People will pretend they don't hear you. Help. You can talk about your experience that same day. But that was the first experience where we were trying to ask people, hey, do you know where this aisle is? Or, and it might have literally been right there, right next to them, and we can't see, so, to a certain degree. So obviously we can't see where it's at. They probably could, and they would still, oh no, I don't know where it is, or just plainly ignore us and keep walking. So that was the first No, actually, the second one. So if you want to tell your experience when it came to asking for directions.
That was great because we did get someone who quote unquote spoke Spanish, and so we walked away. Whoever they came in the store with, they started speaking English. Now I get God does miracles, and maybe at that moment we asked. I mean, his English was just like just not existent. But then the funny thing is, once his friend came by, he just so happened to just grab on the language rather quickly, as if he always could speak English. So I was a little confused. And then we kept asking. I remember we asked the girl, and then she said she was going to get help. She never came back. She never came back. And we was just standing there. Now, do we want to get into the part where...
That's the second to last part.
It is?
Yeah. Well, we might as well get into it now. So the second to last part was, I don't know what the hell happened where we ended up losing each other in the store.
No, because he said he was gonna look for someone to help us, right?
Yeah.
And then he wanted me to stay by the cart.
Yeah.
And so
I went to go ask this one guy, one of the workers there. And I'm like, hey, and obviously you got to get descriptive. I don't know, I got to tell him, I'm like, okay, Ian, his name is Ian. He's tall, thin, black. I didn't know what else to tell those the mother. And then he went to go look for you. But what was the first thing that he told you?
Oh yeah, your blind friend. What he said was like, because for one, I was just standing there for the longest time. And I'm getting concerned. I'm like, did he just leave the store or something? I'm just out there. I have no clue where this man is anymore. Like, I have no clue where he is. And then this random dude just walks up to me. He's like, excuse me. And was like, are you Ian? I'm like, yes. He's like, okay, yeah, your blind friend's up there. Yeah, he's telling you to come to the front, with the cart. And I'm just like, it was bad. I gotta be honest, that was one of the worst experience, because I've never felt so humiliated for both of us. Because I walked through and the people just look like, you think your anxiety raises when you get that notion when there's eyes on you. That was ridiculous. I mean, we got the stuff though, but it was at a great cost that day. It was bad.
That's not adding the return all the way back to the house too. Because now we're having to go through the ice again, defeated, feeling embarrassed, and carrying bags of food. So yeah, that was But one thing that we also missed, and a lot of people sometimes do this, even if they see a cane or a guide dog, or they know that you're blind, the first thing that they do to give you directions, oh, it's over there, pointing, and it's just, for anybody who's sighted, if you're gonna help out, don't do that. If you don't want to help out, don't be an asshole. Just, walk away.
I've said this before in the previous video, guys. When you point at a blind person, using any finger to us is the middle finger. Pointing for us is the middle finger, regardless of what finger you use. It's a giant FU to us. And then it's just, we got to do assume work to figure out where there is. Dude, when we got back, both of us was upset. We were upset, and it was justly so. I've never been that upset in my life, and it's crazy because he'd been to Tony's, at least that particular one. He went to that one many times before, and it was smooth sailing. So we're just trying to figure out what happened in this particular trip that just went so bad. Were people just upset? Did the weather trigger something? It's just
we're gonna put it on the weather. I think it might have been the weather.
Everything was just off that day, and then it's just I think we just need to take 10 and start over because it was bad.
So that was our story, guys. Again, I'm Richie, and this is Ian from the See It Through My Eyes channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this story time with us. And hopefully, if you've experienced something similar, disabled or not, please share it in the comment section. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys also follow, subscribe to our channel. See It Through My Eyes podcast on YouTube. See It Through My Eyes on TikTok. I'm Richie. This is Ian. Take care.
Have a good night. Go to sleep now.